G'day, gang. I wanted to talk today about side quests. So someone made a really awesome comment in one of my videos talking about how, side quests were a really good measure. I think it was in my Witcher videos about how side quest is the measure of a good game. And I think that's a really, really fantastic thing that I kind of only realized when I was talking to this person in comments, because I kind of thought I was doing that without actually realizing I was doing it. And when I talked to the commenter and they viewed, I was like, they agreed. I was like, I should make a video about that. And so here I am. It's been a while since that video, but it's kind of stuck with me a lot, and I've been thinking about it and about how to do the video. God, it's such a cool idea. Yeah, but basically, when I played The Witcher 3, I think it was one of, even The Witcher 1, I think it was one of the most eye-opening experiences, because I sat thinking, well, like the things that I'm doing on the side feels like the main story content. And I think too, for me, it started with Morrowind and then Oblivion, that I just said to myself, okay, I'm having just as much fun, if not more, on the side quests than I am on the main quest, because as much care and attention has gone into every part of this game, making it feel so damn good, that I thought, this is a good game, pretty much straight away. And I think that's like such a good measure of a video game, because you can immediately see that the same love and care has gone into every part of the game. And I think that's the thing that I really wasn't harsh enough on Bloodlines 2 about, is that the side quests feel so damn unsatisfying. It is actual filler content that is wasting your time, and that's a bad side quest. And I think that that is bad gaming in general, and we shouldn't stand for it, and we should say, no, this sucks. Because our time should have value. Just because we're gamers and we will sit here and play a game from dawn until dusk, from wake until sleep, does not mean that that time doesn't have value to us. It doesn't mean that the things that we're doing between those hours doesn't matter. And there is, I think, opinion of a lot of developers to try and that time doesn't have value, and to try and hook us in for as long as possible to get us to buy junk. I kind of tried to touch on that in my mobile monetization video, but that's too big of a topic. I think that's, if I do kind of want to go down the route of talking about that again, I'm going to have to talk about it for hours, and an hour video or half an hour or some such thing, and I'm going to have to make like actual script and points and have more than a brain cell. So maybe in a few years when the baby is not a baby, because I have no brain cells, but our time should have value to us. Our money should have value to us. But particularly our time. Money is time, an effective result, because we work to get our money. And if we don't, if it's like some sort of benefit, we wait to get our money. So it's always a time is the variable. So I think that time is so particularly valuable, and we as gamers should value that when game developers don't. That's a really important statement, and I think that should be like a quote that we all say outright to game developers, by buying games, by playing games, by investing time in games that value your time choice, that value your choice in time. If you want to spend, like I did, literal days, weeks, and months of like holiday periods and stuff like that, just playing through Minecraft, building massive castles and tunnels from nowhere to nowhere for no particular reason, that's your choice. And you should have the ability to do that at any point in time, and that should be your freedom to make those choices if you have the time and availability to do that. That's awesome. But when a game says, yo, spend a month building a tunnel from this side of the world to the other, that is the game. I mean, yeah, as a side quest, I'm not about that. Like, no. If you're playing a game for that reason, live your dreams. But if that's the expectation of like effort in terms of what you get for a side quest, like, come on. Side quests are such a measure of a game. They truly and sincerely are, and I really didn't have that click for me as much as when I saw that comment and thought, damn, that is so true. And I think that, like, I really enjoy Bethesda's storytelling. I really, truly, and severely enjoyed the early Fallout storytelling, and I liked Planescape Torment and Torment Numenera, and I enjoyed the storytelling even more so in the later Baldur's Gate. Early Baldur's Gate, definitely some, but compared to Baldur's Gate 3, it's just incomparable. But I also enjoyed the storytelling in like all of those styles of games, like the Divinity series as well, where the side quests really matter. But it really hasn't ever hit me in the same way as I've said in my Witcher video, in I think The Witcher 1 and 3. Like, The Witcher 1 had really awesome storylines unpacking these complicated events that happened all throughout this specific town, and you're just trying to fix everybody else's problems because people can't get their stuff together, which, to be fair, that's life. But having an outside entity come through and ask people questions and get to the bottom of it was a really cool mechanic that I hadn't seen like that in isolated events. So I think the reason that it's my favorite in The Witcher 1 is because I'm always locked on this one, I think it's like Act 1 or 2 in The Witcher 1, where you go to this town and there's this woman who's been abused by her partner, and then that there's this man that got killed, and there's this whole thing, and I don't want to go into detail, so I spoil it for you, but you have to unravel all the mysteries of why these people are being persecuted, why they're being exonerated and treated like they didn't do anything wrong when they're guilty. There's so many things that are just completely out of balance, and it's your job to kind of just provide the evidence to the town. And if they come to the wrong stupid-headed decisions, so be it, because they probably will. It's The Witcher. But you ultimately are providing that sort of detail for I had to remember the topic of the video for the town, because I get so caught up in loving video games, I literally forgot the topic of the video that I was trying to make. But you get so caught up in the side quest that feels like the main quest. And I think like the Pan quest is a really good example of that. It's on the way to the main quest line, but it feels like it's so different, and it's so flavored and innocent and horrible all at once, with so many ramifications that are in The Witcher 3. The Pan quest is what it's colloquially called, but it's just such a good way to tell a story. It seriously is. Like, basing your opinion on the caliber of the side quests, I think, is just the easiest way to tell if a game is really good. And I think that there are so many examples of that done really well in story games, but you can also compare that to like, you don't have to have, like, side quests doesn't have to specifically mean the base mechanics of a quest. You know, you can see it too as stuff like the little bits and pieces that you do on the side. And if you have enough on the side that feels like it's integrated and part of the fabric of the game, it feels really fun to do that. And I think about the same way that in the way that you play progression-wise games, like I just talked about the other day, V Rising, how you can go through like pieces of the game and you can just go straight to the progression center and follow the objectives, because you have objectives on your screen, which I didn't even say in my video because just too excited about the game, that you can just follow that thread straight through. Or you can spend all of the time on side content enjoying the flavor, the other flavors of the game. Like, if the salad that comes with your meal feels really is just as good as the meal that you get, I mean, that is awesome. One, because who likes salads? Sorry, salad enjoyers. But two, because then the whole meal is wonderful and it works together, especially if it's actively like a I forget the culinary term, but like the palate preparer, you know, the thing that makes you appetizer. I don't think that's exactly the right word. It's specifically the one that makes you palate preparer, not cleanser, but preparer, the one before. Or even, that's a better example, a palate cleanser of the thing that like resets your palate so you can enjoy something else, some other type of food. That these specific things work together is the point. And that these things, that They're specifically curated and designed to work together to make the whole thing better. And that is, I think, side questing or side content in terms of measure in a video game, is it makes the main quest, if it is as enjoyable as the main quest, if it makes the main quest better, or if it gives you reprieve from the, like for an example, a really complicated and dark game, having like something soft on the side can do what it does, what pacing does to a story, whereby the rise in tension and then the fall of tension being, that's pacing, have that rise sort of like rest there a little bit, so you can have a little bit of a breath before it goes all the way up and then finally goes all the way down in the narrative conclusion. But having those moments on the side is really important, and I don't think that game developers should sleep on them, and they certainly shouldn't go, well, what's your problem? We gave you side quests, you can go over there and kill a dude. Bro, if that's a side quest, that is, then side quests are depression. Like, get out of here. But I think that's what we should, I think we should have really high standards for what we expect in quests, because it should be, as I always say, everything should be working together to make the whole product better. Because just like a novel, if this sentence, this paragraph, this character, this line, this word does not further the story, if it doesn't progress in the way that you want to progress, if it doesn't add to the game, why is it there? And if you have an entire subset of side quests that have the audience asking, why is it there? You're just wasting their time, and you're not valuing their time or yours as a developer. And I think that that's bad. You can make side quests, like truly bad. You can make side quests that people enjoy, that still keep people in the game, but actually make them feel like their time is valuable, and actually make them feel like you wanted to make something that people liked. I have very strong feelings on side quests. What do you guys think about them? Genuinely and sincerely, like, subbing to my channel means more than I can articulate. Putting likes and dislikes on specific videos is really important for me. I really like to see both. I'm not in any way intimidated by a thumbs down. So seeing that you guys don't like a video is really important to me, because then I can understand, okay, they don't want this. And especially if you don't like the topic, telling me that you don't like my take on the topic in the comments means the world. I need to keep saying this more. I just hate doing it. But likes and comments and subs mean a lot. It truly does. And yeah, if you want me on the platform, a sub will keep me here. I don't have much time. I truly don't. So working out where to, yeah, I can't even game very much. It's been sad. But if you want to keep me around, it makes a big difference. Thanks for watching, and I really want your opinions on this one, because side quests are very important to me. Tell me how you feel about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.